since I have done a live stream. The last ones, I'll put them in the descriptions below. The last two I done. The penultimate one was the Kirby one, the final 3DS Frontier, and then the last one was Mario Day 2019. I think I was building Gotham City, the 3D Gotham City, and that was it. Then YouTube, like Lucy, pulled the football away from Charlie Brown and said, "Nope, nope, you got to have 1,000 subscribers for your mobile phone and tablet. Sorry." Well, thousands. I got 1050 at this point. So I see nobody's here. That's fine. I'm talking into an echo chamber like some people on the left or some people on the right. That's all right. I'm not a political person, to be honest with you. I'm against bullshitters. So that happens to be the left or the right, up, down, green, yellow, blue, red, purple. It doesn't matter. Bullshitters are bullshitters. That's how it is. All right. Hello to the one person. So before I explain the title of this video, I'm looking at the news. I see what's going on with Nordstrom and San Francisco. When I see the no backpack, I don't know if you've seen the no backpack rule in your like supermarkets. It's bullshit. It's this. It's all it is. Because when you ban people with backpacks and they can't come into the store, they have to check their backpack at the counter, while everybody else with purses and handbags and duffel bags and side bags and fanny packs and head bags, they can walk into the store like nothing happened, and that's okay. But people with backpacks are three-fifths of a person, or fill in the derogatory word, okay? That's stupid. But meanwhile, you had 80 people at Nordstrom go and steal a whole bunch of things like yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So between the Nordstrom incident in San Francisco, then you got that one black dude who happens to be black plow a car through a parade. I never attend those kind of parades anyway. There's just too many people. Like I pay attention to after 9/11 and terrorist attacks, they always go after large crowds of people. And I think this guy was just really stupid, and he was just really a fucknut. But so he plowed his car through people, and people got killed. But I always worry about being in large crowds, like concerts or conventions or just any place where terrorists can attack, and you're just a victim and your families are victims. So that went on, and the news will spin a narrative on this guy because he's black and he's running and he's a victim. No, don't do that. Don't do that shit. And then what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse? I don't know the guy. I'm not going to pretend to know the guy. Is he a racist? Possibly, but you know what? It's politics that the news spins between Kyle Rittenhouse, Brett Kavanaugh, the Duke lacrosse team versus Crystal Gale Mangum, Christine Blasey Ford being victims, and people. It's stupid. That's just ridiculous. So my politics is I'm for the people who don't bullshit, versus the people who do bullshit. Remember I told you there's two basic rules of bullshitting. One, you call out other people's bullshit, and two, you don't bullshit. That's it. It's simple as that. So what is TTT? Truth telling time. So I apply that. It's like, let's get ready to rumble, right? Or some other thing that you say. Let's get it on. I think this Judge Mills Lane, who was a ring counter, a guy who's in the ring, right? Boxing ring. He's a judge, right? He would say, let's get it on. Let's get ready to rumble. I apply that to when you talk shit, and then until you're in the octagon, until you're in the ring, until you're in the arena or in a football field or whatever. You're talking shit. You're just saying stuff all the time. You're jerking off. You're saying stuff. And then you're just saying stuff until you have to go before an audience of people or before a crowd and prove your worth. So that's what truth telling time, let's go means. That's what TTT is. And so I feel personally that there are things, this is the fifth, you plead the fifth sometimes, all right? You've done some stupid things, you have skeletons, we all have skeletons. Even Joey Diaz will tell you we have skeletons. I saw something with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder are together in the eyes of God. She's still cute, she's still pretty, she did some stupid ass shit, she knows, but Joey Diaz did probably worse than her. I mean, she just got caught on camera doing stuff, but that was 2,000 years ago, We're all stupid like that. I've done stupid things, okay? But that's the thing, as far as telling the truth goes, when you stand by philosophies, when you can do something, you have to prove it, you know. Like when Dojo Life covers news about people being bullshit artists, preying upon children. Um, not so much in the typical way of, oh, sexual assault, but I'm like in the way of, are you like Master Po, right? When he's saying I can do these moves, I'm doing moves right now. Look at this. Does that mean anything? No, it's bullshit, right? So if you're bullshitting people, they're going to call you out. My family would do that. I'm spending my Thanksgiving tomorrow by myself. Why? Because my family bullshits. And even if I say something, if, like I'm talking to you right now, the way I'm talking to you right now, my family would shut me down. And even if nothing angry happens at the dinner table, it's women cluck, 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 cluck back and forth. It's like, why am I there? I'm invisible. I don't feel good. Do you know what I'm saying? That's tough. It really is. So I will spend these holidays by myself, but I have no regrets about it. I'm going to get a new TV either this weekend or next or Monday. Um, there's just a lot going on. Um, I think if some people like I had some other like followers that like Kowalski or Bagga Sands, I think they would ask me right now, do I regret quitting YouTube? When I quit YouTube, I quit I think last August of 2020. Yes, and the reason is because now look where I'm at right now. I didn't, but when I got pissed off and I rage quit YouTube, that was after I got into a stupid idiotic match with a pissing match, a a a YouTube commentator war with somebody who um, was just trolling me, and I knew he was trolling me, and I let him get to me anyway. So I quit. I said, all these things I do, I got downvoted a lot, and I can still see my downvotes. I think personally, if not publicly, like everyone else, but it was just it was frustrating to say the least to say that people were just harsh and judgmental. And I thought, I'm not going to post videos on YouTube to get people to judge me badly or prejudge me or assume, and then I get downvoted and I get trolls. Like all I get are trolls, right? And before YouTube, before Twitter, before Facebook and MySpace and collegeclub.com, yes, I am that old. Before all that, people would just get in your face and like try to harass you all the time. And that was bullshit. That was how that was the way it was for me for the first 20 to 30 years. I had to deal with assholes, like people who just were inbred stupid and had nothing better to do with their own stupid, miserable, pointless lives. That's how it was, okay? My life story is like that. Um, I dealt with people who the TTT rule applies, which is you can talk the shit you're talking, you can go on like this about your life, but until you get in the ring, until you get on a stage and tell all those people, hundreds, if not thousands of people, what you just told me, you're bullshitting. You know what I mean? It's not about 2 plus 2 is 4, the earth is round. We're not talking about stuff like that you can easily verify. We're talking about when you tell somebody they're stupid or you tell somebody they're wrong or you don't like what somebody does or this little thing they did wrong or that little thing, and it's all this, it doesn't mean anything. When you go up on stage and tell people what you told me and it's just your shitty opinion, let's see if they back that up. Like I said, there was one person, I talked about this when I talked about the 10th anniversary of my work. This girl that I dated. Now, it's my fault that I dated her. Okay, that's my fault. But I think if she had put herself out there as a YouTuber, she probably wouldn't get very far. She probably would fall apart unless she can back up. She wrote one poem and she read that poem over and over through some YouTube videos. Okay, and because she's not like really famous, I'm not going to pick on her like that. I'm just talking about it in some way, but whether it was my exes or family members or anybody else, anybody who bullshits you, they just all they do they have their lives are so mundane. It was my cousin Gabriel or kids at school. I never had any real friends. I never had sleepovers. I never went to the school prom. I never we my parents didn't know other people's parents. We didn't network like that. That was tough. I mean, my parents married at the wrong time, had kids. My dad, it's like that public storage commercial. Remember with the, you think of a happy couple having their first child and it's great, but then it's like the dad opens up the giant garage door to get the stuff to put the stuff in his public storage in his own storage thing, and so every time you see him opening the door, there's another kid, there's another kid, there's another kid, and he just looks back like, oh God. So that's what my dad was like. He was miserable. My mom was always nagging him, and my dad was physically aggressive, and that was hard on me. Um, you know, um, I guess some people might be wondering, did I eventually find work? Indeed, I did. I found seasonal work. I did some seasonal work, and that's why I was never able to post as much. I did some seasonal work. I won't say where, but my unofficial title was building and grounds worker, meaning that you're cleaning up the area, whether it's a whether it's a backyard or a parking lot or a park, uh, indoor mall. You're just basically cleaning up trash, like kind of like what a metro officer does. A metro officer, there are metro people with vests on, and they go in and then uh, they're basically cleaning up the areas where the train stops are, the train stations. So that's their job, is to clean up all that area, and that's kind of my job. So I'm on call, but limited on call because they prioritize younger people than older people. So I'm there when I can be there. But right now, at this time, I'm not working, but I did do some work for the Halloween fall season, So I did a little bit, made some money, a couple of $100. It's good for like spending money, but to try to invest right now, it's tough. I also did a job interview for one of the libraries out here in California. So I'm trying, I'm doing different things. I don't want to go back to the same jobs I did before. So I'm still employed for the first job that I have, but probably the holiday season, Christmas time, we'll see if I go back. And I was putting in 8 hours. So, you never saw me do a lot of posting for September or October because of that time. Okay. Um, and it's a lot of work. You're putting in it's a physical labor thing. You're lifting things, you're pulling, you're pushing things, large trash bins on wheels, a lot of lifting of bags. It is a lot of work. It's exercise. But fortunately, I exercise long enough to do that. But your legs and your arms and your shoulders get really stiff after 8 hours, and you're coming home and it's tiring. So, yeah, that's rough on me. But I have no regrets. And also, too, it's minimum wage. So it's not like, oh, I'm sitting in an office making $30 an hour. So, that's not happening. I don't think that's going to ever happen. You have to hit the lottery for that. Somebody I know hit the lottery when he was 18. The guy was an asshole to me in high school, and I'm not going to make nice with him because he's famous now. That's not going to happen. Sorry. I don't wish death upon him, but I don't wish better things. He's got his life. He's got what he wants now. He's got his wife. He's got his TV show that he does every Friday. I don't care. I'm not really interested in reunions and stuff like that. No Dr. Phil shit. Okay, that's not what I'm interested in. But I guess as far as my YouTube channel has gone, I have done 6 years of work. Now, I officially opened this channel in 2013, but didn't do shit until 2015. To have done YouTube videos in the 2000s and early 2010s or teens, depending on how you want to say it, I would have had to get a digital camera and then take the digital camera, make videos, and then connect the digital camera to a USB port on a library computer, upload the video, and then there it is. And I would have to review it and look at it and look at the display. What does it say? It costs a couple of $100 to get one of those things, right? And you could still do it that way if you want to, but now we have phones, we have tablets, we have so many different ways now. And the tablet is a way to get, it's a way to get things done without having to depend on a phone service. So, again, there's, I want to have choices to do things that I want to do. I don't want to be restricted. Oh, I have to eat. You have to eat pine cone, or pine cone. What's for dinner? Pine cone, right? No, you want to eat something good for dinner, right? Um, and the first videos I did were like for storytelling. This this was the first thing. So the first video you ever saw, you saw me play some music. Um, and that was the first time, and it was from my 3DS, my Nintendo 3DS that I posted on there. Um, it's nice to see 0 people are watching, isn't it? That's how you know, should I monetize or not. If I'm not getting people here, then I probably should never monetize until I know people are, coming in here and looking at me. I get better response on TikTok some days. That's why it's tough. It's rough. It's not easy doing these things, and people have to pay attention here. But anyway, I did stuff. I made my own board game, Super Mario Mosaic. I was making stuff with that. I made a Star Wars shogi kind of battle game. It's all there. It's all from 2015. So if you want to check that out, you're welcome to do that. I'll actually, since the Pac-Man thing got a lot of views, I will put a link to the original Super Mario Mosaic game that I have from 2015. Okay, so I'll have 3 links. I'll have the 2 last live feeds, and then the first board game I was trying to make. I was trying to make way with. Uh, and I drew for Korean models, Biling. I did some Biling art. MGTOW, my books, stunt double takes. I may do a stunt double take later this year. The MGTOW stuff, why did I stop doing that? Because, I've listed many reasons, but one of them is that MGTOW tells men to never go near women, right? To hate women, to go near. Some men would be like, wink, would be ashamed of something toward to happen to them. Like, no, I don't want to hurt women. I don't want to ever do that. Unless she's got a gun or a flamethrower. It's like, okay. Oh. But the reasoning is that I'm always attracted to women, and that's never going to change, I think. I'm not attracted to men. That's not going to happen. I'm attracted to men mentally. Women, it's physically. It's strange, right? Because that's how we are. That's how we are. We're always attracted to the same gender mentally, because we can talk to another male about a lot of things. We can talk shit. With women, you have to kind of walk on eggshells. But in order to be because what eventually men want is that they want to be with a woman in a serious relationship. But the thing is, you're going to have to pay for her. Now the question is, how much are you paying for her? Are you paying a lot of money or a little bit of money? Are you really bleeding out for her and she doesn't care about you? And there are women like that. But I think most importantly is that if a woman is physically attracted to you and she's mentally attracted to you and she would want you to buy her things, what you hope is that it's evened out, meaning that you could buy her something on sale. You could buy her something at a swap meet. You can make her something, and she'll get like almost like an orgasm just looking at the thing you made for her, right? Whereas there are women who are just interested in how much you're going to buy them. They don't care about what you look like or what your personality is. They want, sugar daddy to buy them all this shit. It's like, it's ridiculous. So that's what, to me, MGTOW would really be. And there are guys who shame women for being thoughts, for selling their bodies on OnlyFans. Look, they got it, they're going to flaunt it. I will simp that much for them. I don't really care to invest in them. I don't really care to go on OnlyFans. It's not for me. Really, it isn't. I don't really care. I don't see a point. If I go on there, I go on there for someone personally, but not someone I don't know. That's it. But besides that, it's just there's so much bullshit these days. I'm tired, real tired of it. But more importantly, I just kind of like, if I'm talking to someone now, and if I have an interest, if something happens, something happens. Something doesn't happen, something doesn't happen. I buy a little bit to gain her trust, and that's it. So it seems like I'm contradicting myself, but there's 99% of the women that I see, I just don't care about, you know. And that's it. Like for me, I don't do uh, local relationships because most of the women are spoiled. They are. They're just spoiled like that. You know? So my situation now is that I'm in between. Like I have this one job that's seasonal, slash temporary. The other one for library may be temporary, but I think it's going to be long term if I get the job though. They the interview I did last week was a it was well, like the second callback, and I had another callback, but they wanted me to vaccinate, and I wasn't going to do that because when you vaccinate, you're just going to still spread the disease, and you're going to have it anyway. That doesn't mean vaccinations don't do anything. It means that you and I are not doctors, and those people who are doctors who are happen to tune in, it's how do I put this? It's you can't measure. And to say the vaccine is gaslighting because there's 25,000 vaccines. How many vaccines? And Pfizer is the McDonald's of vaccines. Like, okay, everybody uses it. Maybe not. Um, my mom is coming to visit me uh, later on to probably next week. No, actually, it's going to be in 2 weeks. So not not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes. Um, I don't have much to say to my family anymore. Like I said, there's just too much anger. Um, my fate is what I'm going to make of it. Um, I just don't know. Like I said right now, I just don't know. You know, like I said, like like I said, as far as girls go, you can still simp for them, but know what you have to know what you're getting. You know, make sure women don't rip you off on OnlyFans. Make sure they don't rip you off on Twitch, whatever you pay for. Um, but I'm still talking to this beautiful blonde. I have no regrets about it. I'll buy her something every now and then, but that's how she knows me. We talk to each other. Um, I don't know where that's going to go. I still drive my scooter around. I don't use an electric scooter. Um, Still do the stunt double take. So I don't have much more to say. I'm kind of going in circles about what I'm talking about. But tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I'm going to pick up chicken tonight because I tried calling the chicken place. There's a fried chicken place. There's only two of them left. And unfortunately, I can't reach them through phone call. So I have to hop on a bus, get to the place, hop on a bus back, and then have early Thanksgiving. And we'll do some board gaming tomorrow. Um, this is the one and only time I think, at least for a long time, that I'm going to be doing a face to face here because I don't really show my face that often. I'm not vain like that. People like Boogie or Angry Joe or The Quartering or Review Tech USA or anybody else that shows their face, PewDiePie, anybody else, they show their face a lot. I do not really do it as a habit. I'm not that attractive. Women know this. So that's about it. We'll see if I can stretch out to 25 minutes here. But um, I really want to thank the over 1,000 people that are here subscribing. Not here right now for this live chat. You've all taken a powder. So anybody who watched this live, thank you. If you didn't watch it live, I don't know what to tell you. But I think we're all trying to deal with the holidays between people stealing from stores and people driving cars to people. It's just ridiculous. So I want you all to stay safe for the holiday. Then we got Christmas to come up, and then we got New Year's, we got Hanukkah, we got Kwanzaa, we got all this stuff. We're trying to sort this mess out. Whether you're talking to a girl, you're meeting up with a girl, you're having sex with a girl or a guy or whatever, or you're just whatever you want to do. So thank you all. Sorry to the one person who just tuned in, but I'm out. See you when I see you, whenever that is.